Protectors of the Grid. Chapter 23. Tara and Charlie stayed back in the forest until Red Fox signaled that the vision quest was complete. Ceremonially, he opened the energetic doorway, and Ben was released from the circle. He stumbled when he tried to walk, held onto the shoulder Red Fox offered, and made it to a dead log a few yards away. They built a fire and hung a cooking pot from a tripod. Broth first, comfortably warm. A few sips to break the fast. A few bites of fruit. A little water. It must be done gently and allow time for Ben's body to readjust. They wrapped him in a blanket and kept their talk and movements quiet. After a while, Ben started to slump, so they made him a bed in the shade of an oak. When he awoke a few hours later, his eyes were less wild and he could walk without help. No one pressed Ben to talk. However long it took him to integrate was how long it took him to integrate. Besides, as he integrated, he was still making choices about what to keep, which way to go. Choices demand energy. This was now the 5th day since they had arrived in Oklahoma, so they were free to take the time needed to explore the new realities before they had to leave the protection of nature to return to MPF. Not real life, certainly. That was delusional. But to the consensual reality most people try to function in. The intentions that were forming inside Ben now would be tested once he got back to his normal milieu. It didn't matter whether Ben was aware of the process. The process was aware of him. Charlie wandered off by herself, restless. Her mind was on the ferry and the still fledgling company, wondering whether they were headed to breakthrough or breakdown. Had Kachi foreseen this? Just the thought of Kachi made Charlie ache with longing. Were he here with her now, they would be walking with arms around each other, pointing out a shape over here, a color over there, sharing the magic in complete comfort because they both understood it. She missed the little things he'd done to show she was always in his thoughts. A magpie feather tucked into her favorite straw cowboy hat, a heart-shaped piece of milky quartz beside her mouse at work. His pride when he introduced her, his attention when they talked, and how carefully he listened to what she had to say. She could feel him still, but the sensation was fainter since he left with the council for a remote part of the island. Charlie walked up the incline to gaze across the mountains from the promontory. The mists that had thickened as the sun's rays touched the cool morning dew were burning off. In the sky above, an eagle circled lazily, waiting for a hole in the clouds through which to find its next meal. There was that strange emptiness that always follows a momentous experience while you wait to see how it will play out in your life, a state of mind of waiting, of allowing. Charlie heard footsteps crunch behind her and felt Tara's arms slide around her shoulders. She looked up and smiled. In-betweens? Tara's smile was sympathetic. Charlie nodded. And missing Kachi? Yeah, that too. Charlie commented. She looked up at this new friend whom she'd known in so many lives before. Tara's face looked shadowed and a little sad. Charlie commented, Sometimes you wish you didn't see so much? Tara nodded. Charlie understood. Being an empath meant feeling not only your own stuff, but stuff from everyone and every place around you, overwhelming until you learned to build shields and distinguish which energies to own. It's not that easy being me, Tara warbled, mimicking the exaggerated style of Kermit the Frog singing, It's not that easy being green. They both chuckled in a half-hearted sort of way, then turned to stroll back down to camp. Usually the return journey seems longer than the outbound journey, but this time was different. Grace had stayed at the cabin while they were all in the mountains, and trusting her instincts had a meal ready to welcome them back. A fire warmed the cabin before the evening chill could take hold. The horses were munching hay in the corral, and the dinner dishes were washed and put away by the time it was too dark to see outside. Everyone was in their own world. Ben fell into the bunk in the back room, where Red Fox normally slept, grateful for peace and comfort. The solitude was welcome. As much as he needed them, just having the others around was grating after his days alone on the mountain. His sleep was deep, although chased through with fragments of familiar dream images. Stretched out on his bedroll in front of the fire, Red Fox watched the flames dance. Tara snored softly in the recliner. Grace was curled up in the overstuffed chair, and Charlie tossed and turned on the sagging sofa. Finally, he slipped into an easy slumber in which the dancing flames told stories he would forget upon waking.